What is up, guys? Welcome to Game Hour here. I'm your host Anthony, and today we are back doing some more Hearts of Iron 4 tutorial. This time we have skipped forward a little bit and are in our final preparations for war against Poland. Now I'm going to be leading you through some diplomatic procedures that I failed to explain in the last video, how to set up your army to invade and the actual invasion itself, and perhaps we will begin to build up our alliance. Now, I'll just go through what I've done so far. I've hired a lot of political and military advisors, which I failed to explain. You use political power to get them, and they give you little buffs. I like to get Captain of Industry, which helps civilian infrastructure and refinery speeds. War Industrialists, so military factories and dockyards are built faster. And Fortification Engineer, so land fort, coastal fort, and anti-air positions are built faster. So everything I like to go with speed. And I also got a tank designer, so my tanks are better off. They have more armor, better heart attack, and less research time. And I picked up a Blitzkrieg Theorist, which helps tanks move quicker, and a bit of a land doctrine speed boost. Then I picked up Army Maneuver Specialist, which my divisions are faster now. Ground Support Specialist, so better air support. Infantry Attack and Defense Specialist. Armor Division and Attack and Defense. And better division attrition for when I'm fighting in a desert or an environment which is very attrition-y, like the Soviet Union or Africa. And let's see what else did I do. Oh, I pushed down the tree a little bit further, so I grabbed most of the industrial, or all the industrial tree right here. Air innovations, army innovations, all the way down towards the second. And I'm going to go for Molotov-Ribbentrop, which will partition up Poland once it's conquered. I'm currently taking the student land from the Czech Republic, or Czechoslovakia as it used to be. And I've also Anschlussed Austria, which essentially just took over Austria. As you can see, it's no longer here. It gave me all its factories, all its troops for essentially free, all its land. And the student land, which is the highlighted section on your screen, is what I've taken from the Czech, and now I plan to take the rest of Czechoslovakia and split it up among myself, Hungary, and a puppeted Slovakia. Also, I've built new divisions, as you can see. I now have the French garrison of Gerard von Rudenstadt set up on the French border. I have Erich von Manstein, which is... Oh, no, my mistake. Manstein is set up along the French border. Rudenstadt is along the Czech border. We have Rommel's tank corps, which is sitting in Berlin, prepared to move against whichever nation if there's a problem. I have Ernst Ebenhard Hell, which is set up in Prussian territory, my little controlled region here, which will attack Poland from within. And we have Frederick Paulus, which is in control of the Austrian-controlled, my new Austrian garrison, which I just picked up. So they are just sitting here in case the Danes or the Belgians decide to do anything about my attack on the Czechs. Also, I'm going to show you guys how to set up your air corps properly and produce new divisions. So, we still need more divisions because we can take another 6 divisions, so we're going to set up infantry. As you can see, we have... Let's just get rid of these templates I'm not going to need. That's pretty much just... the Austrian divisions add on to my own. So we're going to set up 6 infantry divisions. Now we've just trained 1. We can bring that up to 6, set it to 1, and we'll just spawn them right on top there. And now they're going to train. They have full supply. All they need is to train out. And then that should be okay. Now, we are lower on resources now, but we have been trading recently, but we're still low. I don't want to import any more oil. I can produce more since we're nearly completed with our construction, so let's begin production on a few synthetic refineries. We'll put them up generally in the center, so that way they're less likely to be bombed. But, alright. So now we are just simply progressing Now we have the first Vienna Award, which goes to Hungary, divvying up Romania, I think. Yes. Now we're going to go for Fate of Czechoslovakia, which they have a choice. They can either decide to just submit to us without a fight, or we can conquer them. Now Hungary will be getting a ability to take Transylvania. We get to decide how much they get. They either get full Transylvania, which is, where is it? This and this, or I usually just give them northern, so that way Romania doesn't hate me too much. Ooh. Also, Japan has kicked off their war, and they are doing very well against China. That's good to see. Also, Nationalist Spain Civil War kicked off. I just helped them out by putting a couple of volunteer tanks in there. It wasn't much to see. I decided not to record it. Now we have more factories that we can add on. Also, I have begun production of a new tank, the Panzer III, but we have not put it into our divisions yet. I will show you how to do that momentarily. Now we're still getting, well, now we're short on tungsten. We can trade more with other nations for that. We're going to boost up some artillery and some support equipment, and that should be all well and dandy. Okay. We're just currently just pushing down trees and whatnot, our research trees. Just waiting for some. I have decided to also build a small navy just to help protect against any British invasion in case Poland decides to join with the Allies. If Poland doesn't join the Allies, then good on us. We don't have to worry about it. If they do join the Allies, we're going to have to protect our northern border from British invasion, as they are known to invade us. Okay, we have some political power, so now we can choose something to pause for a moment. We can choose something. I'm going to pick an industrial concern, so we're going to go for refining, because that will decrease research time of industrial researches and synthetic. So I prefer that. Oh, hit a bit of lag. Why is that? Odd. Okay, that's weird. I'm just hitting a small lag spike. Huh, let's see. Okay, I think it's mostly fixed, I think. Okay guys, we are back. Just had a slight issue with the hard drive filling up, but it's all set. All this recording's still there, so we are green. Okay, I don't remember what I was just saying, but I think I was talking about our Navy and how we are preparing it in case a northern invasion, but I don't remember. Guess that's what happens when you screw up a recording thing, huh? We can actually stop that since we don't need any major dockyards anymore. Just throw that on there. Ah, excellent. The fate of Czechoslovakia. So now we have an option. We can either set up Slovakia as a puppet state, partition Czechoslovakia with Hungary, or all of Czechoslovakia belongs to the Reich. We don't really want to do that. We'll set up Slovakia because then everybody gains a little piece. Hungary got that, Slovakia gets that, and we get all that. And without a drop of blood being shed. Now, we can either go down reassert Eastern claims, which I just so happen to will. So that's that. Now, why do we? I don't know. Reassert Eastern claims essentially grabs us this little tile here, which is another naval base. I guess that is but that's about the only reason why I could ever see us taking that. But yes, so now we have gained additional ground. We can now pull Rudenstein's forces off of there, and now we can set up for the war with Poland. So now we're going to set up to invade a nation. We have to have a direct border with them, usually for a land attack. Now we have a front line marker, which is this button right here. You just click on the division or the army you want, click that, hit front line, And now you can drag the front line across the nation that you want to invade. Since Slovakia is our ally, we can drag it completely along there. Now we have options, because it won't just we want them to attack in a specific direction. We can either set up an offensive line, which will say a general, just take like say all this, or a spearhead, which is more precise, would just take, or less precise actually, or maybe more. It's just take all this ground as fast as you can. We want to take to about there ASAP. Now see, all this green is what their army is going to try to accomplish by taking as much ground as possible as quickly as possible. So that's what we want to do. Now also, we want to hit them on two fronts. So we have this northern army, which can also push down to Warsaw, and we will do that. Now to enable them to actually do this, we have to hit this green check mark here, which will allow them to actually enact the plan. They won't attack until war is declared, but it just sets you up for success pretty much. Now we also have Rommel's division here in reserve. We got very lucky this game because Poland set up its own faction aside from the Allies. So the Allies will not actually join in once we invade Poland and the rest of these three countries here, which is very good. Because once the Allies join in, there's essentially no turning back. There's no time to recuperate. There's no time to relax, rearm. So this is good. This is what we want. This is best case scenario so far. So we're going to do that. We're going to press along with our time. How are we on constructions? Okay, good. They are producing the new synthetic refineries, which will bring up our oil. And we can stop being so reliant on trade for that. Okay, so I'm also going to bring up the divisions tab, and they're pretty much done, so I don't really want to wait, so I can just deploy all the lines instantaneously with this button, and they've just appeared. Now to add divisions to an army that's preset, all you have to do is take all the divisions you want to add, and right click on the army that you want them to join. So they're going to join Palace's army. Now they're all set here. Now we're going to set up a fallback line, which will essentially garrison them along a set line, which we want, so that way we can essentially attack and defend against any Danish assault. So we're going to have them do that, and as you can see, now we can see what divisions they have against us. They have a decent amount, especially Belgium. But this is just a defensive line, and the west wall, which we built, runs all along this line up north. So we'll be pretty much safe from any attack. Let's see what else is rocking and rolling. We're still low on light tanks. We have produced a decent amount of medium, but not enough to really warrant a full introduction into the military with them yet. We will introduce them into the division set for the tanks, but I want to build them up so that way we're not short so much on them. Alright, research Eastern Claims is going well. And good. So now we're just gonna, now our navy, we're going to merge all these fleets together into one big navy. We're gonna bring all the ships over here. Just select them, right click, and they will go. Oh, that's finished. We'll go at 40. Okay, everything's going around. We're just going to keep pushing down the line. And don't worry too much about a set path for your research. Go with what you think is best for you. Now, Colonel Dönitz is good for submarines. So we're going to just set the second in command here, which is a good blockade runner. We'll take that. And we're going to break off the subs into their own specialized fleet. We're going to take all submarines and bring them over here to that naval base. Set Colonel Dönitz as the commander, or the admiral, I should say. And now we're going to put them on patrol. So we want the subs on convoy raiding along this region here, because this is where the Brits will usually invade us from. And then we're going to take our main fleet. We want the fleet to stay as far away from the British fleet as possible, because the British fleet is much larger than ours. So we're going to bring them to simple patrol out in the Baltic, which will keep a good eye on the Polish and any Polish fleets that might be out there. So we've reasserted eastern claims. Let's get into this war. Actually, yeah, let's get into this war. So we're going to do Danzig for Slovakia. Oh, wait, no. No. Actually, we want to go down Danzig War. Okay. I just need more manpower. Okay. So then we are going to go down Second Vienna Award, and then alliance with Italy, and possibly with Spain. Great. We gained Memo, which is good. That gains us not much, but something. And we're all set on that regard. Okay, so everything's just progressing slowly. We're going to build up more men. Now, I'm thinking we need a brigade of mountain men. These are special forces that are primarily best at attacking mountainous terrain, so like Southern Europe. Because eventually we're going to invade Yugoslavia, because Italy usually ends up doing that. So we're going to set a division of 24 set here, and they'll garrison this line. That would also bring up the manpower to enact Danzig War. Essentially, what Danzig War does is says, we want this corridor right here. You can either give it to us or we will declare war on you. 9 times out of 10, they will choose war. Because the Poles are a proud people. So, whatever. Alright, we're also going to need air power if we're going to win this. So we open up an airfield that we wish to use, and we create a new air wing. Now we have fighters, bombers, etc. here. Generally, you want to have a decent amount of fighters than bombers. Bombers are useful for destroying infrastructure and close air support. Fighters are used to defend, control air superiority, and intercept incoming bombers. You want them doing both as much as possible, so we're going to create one big air wing here of 545 fighters. And bombers, just mash those all together. And close air support, which is essentially a ground attack. Oop, these are actually full, so we're going to bring the fighters up over that way. Right, they will go there. No? It's odd. Okay, alright, that should now go over there. Great. Alright, now what you want to do is select the air province you wish these fighters or bombers to enact in, which we want Western Poland, and then just simply right click them and then set to which you want them to do, which we want naval strike, close air support, and strategic bombing. Do not port strike, because that will destroy the ports, which you can use to bring in additional supplies. Generally, just don't worry about port striking unless they're a big navy, in which case you want to port strike them. And then the fighters we'll just bring in here. Boom, boom. And now our air power is essentially ready to rock and roll. We can build more factories. I think we'll build more synthetic factories since we're gonna need a lot. And yeah, now it's a simple waiting game, more or less. Now we can also manage occupied we could release all 3 of these to their, but why would you ever want to do that? And you can see your puppet status becoming a colony or free. These guys are an integrated puppet, or they are a puppet, so they want to essentially become free. We have to ensure that they do not become free, but usually it doesn't happen all that often with people who are not puppets. Oh good, and we are producing more ships. That's good, that's good. We'll eventually add those to the sub-fleet eventually, once we get around to that later. What else? What else is going on in the world? Let's see. Second Vienna War is almost done. Pretty much that. Oh, alright. I think we have enough. Yeah, we've got a decent amount of panzers, so let's add them to the main assault force. So, to add new tanks, or new vehicles, or new equipment to an existing division, you can edit out the division looks. See, you have infantry corps or divisions or whatever you prefer to call them, brigades. We don't want these. We want the Panzer Division. So you see, we have 4 brigades of light tanks and 2 motorized brigades. We can add medium tanks on here. Let's see. How's the combat width? Generally, you want a combat width of 10 or 20. I've heard those are the best to have, but I could be wrong. Also, I'm going to throw on a logistics company and a maintenance company for the tanks because German tanks break down fairly easily. In my wartime experience, they are very unreliable, especially later in the game as Germany got more desperate for fighting. So we usually want to keep it pretty decent. Okay, great. So the Second Vienna Award is complete. Now we have another option. This is the this is the Transylvania thing for Romania. Now we want to have Hungary be our friend. So we're going to give them just northern Transylvania and not all, because that would make them a lot happier, but that would piss off Romania a lot and could force them to go communist. We're going to go northern and just leave it at that. And boom. And as for Bulgaria, now they've requested to grab that little province there. We're going to let them demand it. And now we can invite Hungary to our faction. So now they can join the Axis. And there we go. We have essentially just gained our first ally. Let's open up. Yep. So now the Axis now extends 2 new nations. We want to also include Italy in this and eventually Japan. Japan is doing extremely well so far. They are really killing it over there. Oop, gotta select the new national focus. And we can go to Danzig or war, so that's what we will do. Because we want to get into the war, damn it. Alright. We're just gonna keep going down there. Let's see how we're doing for logistics. We're short on light and medium tanks, but that won't be a big issue as Poland has very few tanks. And Hungary has a lot of divisions, so we will be pretty well set. And I'm actually going to use these Rommel's Corps as a punch force to punch straight through in a blitzkrieg style attack. Just have them break right through the main force, push right past Poland into eastern Poland. Now I haven't made the deal with Russia for giving them eastern Poland. Right? I have not. No, I have not, but I could. But I'm not going to. Because why should I do that? They may still demand it, but if that happens, I'll just give it to them. Because Eastern Poland really doesn't have much for me, whereas Western Poland is more industrialized. So that's what we're going to really do. Alright, so we're about halfway through Danziger War. Hungary is pumped for this war. They have already garrisoned a ton of troops on that border. They are just going to crush right through. Just got a new plane. Excellent, excellent. Go back down this tree. Replace. Now that we have a new bomber, we can replace it with a new one. And you know what? Let's bump it up. Let's bump it up a little bit for everything. All that. And let's go more fighters. You can never have too many fighters. Then one for you. And there we go. Okay, excellent. Excellent, excellent. Alright, so yeah, we are ready to go to war. And actually, our manpower is kind of low right now, so let's bump up our conscription and get more men. But it will take longer to train these men, because yeah, that's just how it is. But so far, so good. We're not doing too bad. And I think we're going to do alright against Poland. Usually, Poland is pretty easy to take out. They have a decent defense force around Danzig, but if you hit them from both sides with heavy air support and possibly even navy support, like shore bombardment, which I don't fully understand, so I'm not going to try and explain that to you guys, but it really makes it a lot easier on you. Alright. Italy wants Yugoslavia. Poland refused Danzig to give us Danzig, so we go to war. Now, we are going to go alliance with Italy, And now we're going to just essentially pop. Oop. Okay, now we've just declared war on them. And now they have called a lot of guys in against us. These green bubbles are the battle. Currently, we are winning pretty much every battle we are fighting. Hungary has not begun their attacks yet, but that is fine. Let's just watch the blitz. Now they're going to take ground as much as possible, where possible. We're just going to keep punching right through them. Punch, punch, punch after punch. Now we also have gone to war against these three nations, but once Poland is dead, they should just surrender. So I'm not going to worry too much about them. And as usual, it becomes a big jumble mess of death and destruction. And Warsaw has fallen, Danzig has fallen, and very soon the rest of Poland will fall. Very good. Very, very good. Let's set these guys to start pushing into these three traitors countries. Go, go, go. They have a poor military anyway. And where it's a bit slower now because they have got their defenses up. Oh, Hungary has not. Have they not joined the war? Huh, maybe not. No problem. They just won't get anything in the peace deal, which is fine. Screw you. You don't need anything anyway. Got new guns. We can bump up there. And any day now they should be capitulating. There we go. Okay. Excellent. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So now we can take... Essentially, we're just going to... Alright, now we are in the peace deal section. So this is essentially war over. Now we can take what we want. Now, to take ground, you open up Poland. Now you can liberate countries. If they have countries taken, we can puppet the nation, satellite nations, or we can just take all states, which I just want to take all states. Same with Lithuania. Just take all... we can't take them right away. Sometimes you can't just take them all in one go. You have to wait, boom, pass it a couple times, and then take all states. Actually, you know what? They don't have any resources. No, they have 3 still. We're going to puppet them. So that way we have an additional ally against the Soviets. Now... that is essentially Hearts of Iron. That is the tutorial series, pretty much. We have gone through pretty much everything in the peace deal and through war, and essentially you guys just got to keep on it, keep going against the big nations. For the German Reich, I recommend staying as far away from invading the Soviet Union as possible. Make sure you deal with the rest of France, get some allies, and all of that. I think I will continue this game as a Let's Play in the future, but for now, I think I'm going to call it quits here. Thank you guys so much for watching the series. I hope you guys learned something through it. If you guys have any questions in the description or the comment section below, please do not hesitate to send them at me. If you have any questions or if I wasn't specific enough for something, please do let me know, because I bank my pride on teaching you guys how to do things right. I don't want to waste your time, and I don't want to waste mine. So please shoot your questions and comments at me. And until next time, guys, I will see you in the next video. Bye bye.